So good evening, everyone, and welcome to this week's region training, Wednesday night region training. As always, I'm excited to bring it to you. I'm excited to see you all on, and what an incredible March that we had, and now rolling on into April. So I've connected with so many of you in the last couple of days about determining how much money you want to make, how many hours you want to put into it, when your region dates are, and all that sort of stuff. And I think the more clear we get in this business and precise, the more we know what intentional action we need to take. And that's the key. Obviously, that's the key. So that's exciting. So tonight's training is all about setting your sail for success. So I love how Jim Rohn says, the same wind blows on all of us. It's how we set our sails that take us to different locations. That bears the difference. And it's so true. I always grew up believing that successful people were just lucky. They were just lucky that their sail was set the right way and it blew them to success. And it's, the last 5 years, probably one of the biggest things I've learned is that is just not true. It's a load of absolute crap. It takes a lot of time, precision, patience, dedication, hours to set your sail right. Yeah, can everybody agree with that? And, sometimes you think your sail's set right and then it falls down and you've got to reset the whole sail again. So tonight I want to just talk about some adjustments that we might need to make to get our sail exactly where you want it to be, to take you to exactly where you want to go, and to be super precise with it. So what I'm going to give you tonight are 15 key points to help set your sail right. So think of it as 15 ways to put the poles, the material, the flags, all the stuff, where you want to stand. Think of it like that. That's how, imagine your ship, your sails, your yacht. What has sails on it? A yacht, sailboat, whatever. And that's what we're working on, is getting that sail right. So the first thing, this is going to sound so simple and straightforward, but the first thing is Voxer. Are you guys utilizing Voxer? It is the app to have. Communicate with me on Voxer. I love it. It's so much faster than trying to type. And get familiar with it now, guys, because as you start to build a team, it's something you want to duplicate. It saves you so much time when you can communicate with people on Voxer, rather than trying to book in times for calls that get cancelled, and we all play phone tag with each other for hours over something that could be resolved in a 10-second Voxer. So Voxers are brilliant. So if you haven't got the Voxer app, download it. Actually, and I'll just give you I'll type my thing in now in the chat bar. It's DLease647. So download Voxer and add me, but that is on the small link as well, that information. Number 2, have a diary and mark out she's so cute. Hello, darling. Have a diary and mark out your stop and go zones. So this is something that, it's changed so much for me as a mum. Yeah, I'm the same, Lou. She's just gorgeous with these massive blue eyes. And I have a stop and go zone. So I've been talking to a lot of you guys about how many hours you can give to your Arbonne business that are uninterrupted, that are, really focused hours where you're not going to multitask. You're just going to do Arbonne. And I go through my diary, my calendar. I use diaries with time blocks, and I highlight it out. And I highlight in green is my Arbonne time, and that's in the morning. So I go through and highlight Arbonne. And then, after school and stuff, I highlight with pink. This is my kid time. It's when I want to be present with my kids, so I'm not on my phone. Block out your diary, get your highlighters out, get your diary out, and be intentional with what you're going to do in those slots. That's the key, because we get so distracted today. I'm going to talk about that soon. But so number 1 is get on Voxer. Number 2 is mark out your stop and go zones. And in red, have knock off time. Mel Robbins talks about that. It's so, if you don't have a knock off time, you're just going to fall down. Have that time where it's like, right, that's enough. I've done my time today. I deserve a reward now. Number 3, know what your passion is. What is your passion? There are so many things online that you can do. Type in finding my passion, or type in finding my philosophy, my core values. If you type in all these things, a whole world opens up to you of little tests you can do, little self-examinations you can do, and things you can do to find your passion. Find what makes you tick. Find what you don't want. Sometimes your passion, think about what you hate, because often your passion is the other side of that. You know, it's incredible what you can create. So get in touch with your passion. And number 4, which is similar, is to define your why. I know I talk about that all the time, but knowing your passion and your why. So they're very, very different things, very different things. My passion is freedom. I'm so passionate about being free. I can't stand the feeling of my time being wasted or being trapped or being forced into doing things purely because I need the money, etc. And I'm very, very passionate about giving back and leading an example for my children. That's more my why, sorry. So my why is to lead an example for my kids. I want them to know what they can achieve when they believe that they can achieve something, instead of growing up thinking like I was, that only the lucky people got these things and that people growing up in little country towns didn't. You just got a job and worked 9 to 5, and if you were smart, you'd get a good job, instead of thinking outside the box. So I want to break the mold of that. And so does that make sense? Like, know what your why is and know what your passion is, because they're 2 different things. Number 5, have dates on your goals. I was talking about this today with, I think it was you, Lou, about having dates on your goals. A goal without a date is just a wish. Without a plan is just a wish. It's so true. Don't just, say, I want success in my business. What success do you want and when? Be precise. That is what's going to attract it to you. It's what's going to manifest it to you. It's what's going to open your mind to the opportunities all around you. And it's what makes it feel real, which is what gives you the confidence to pursue it. But, my vision video is full of dates. Everything's dated, what I want to achieve and when I want to achieve it by. So when I watch that video, it feels so real. It's so real to me to know that that's dated. That's going to happen then. So make sure you've got dates on your goals, and don't think about what's realistic. Don't think about what you can achieve. What do you want to achieve? Share it with me and let's make it happen. So many times we get caught up, and Eric Worre says it in that video I shared, we just play too small. We have these limiting beliefs that are just not true. They're not true. Sometimes you guys say things to me and I want to shake you and go, that's not true. You can do it. That's not a limit. You're allowing it to be a limit. I mean, there are things, obviously, I'm not saying that your excuses are never valid, because sometimes they are, but a lot of the times they're a mental limit that we put in there because of fear, and it's not real. So, date your goals. Number 6 is have your vision all around you. Vision board, vision videos, etc., etc. That's what creates your energy. That was number 6, sorry. Number 7 is affirmations. Who's got affirmations? Yay, Jack. Jackie, would you mind sharing one of them with us, please?
I have them all around my house. I'm just running down to my bathroom now.
Yeah.
So I have one that's laminated on my bathroom wall. So.
Oh, awesome. Pick one and read it to me.
So I think my favourite one would probably be look in the mirror because that's your competition.
Oh, cool.
Would probably be one of my best ones, and believe that you can. I've got another one here by Sylvester Stallone. If you don't have a mountain, build one and then climb it. And after you climb it, build another one. Otherwise, you start to flatline in your life.
Yeah. Awesome. So these are my affirmations. I have them all printed out like this. And every morning when I do my miracle morning, I just pick a couple. And this is my 5-minute journal. And in here, it gives me a space to write my daily affirmation, which is really cool. So in that space, I pick one off of here. And they're things like, I am committed to exercising every day for 20 minutes to have incredible energy to enjoy actively working my business and being a mum. So your affirmations are things that want to empower you, and they want to be in line with your goals. So I am committed to going to bed every night at 9 p.m. to wake up at 5 a.m. with excitement to go straight into my miracle routine. My mind is healthy. My mind is brilliant. sorry, my body is healthy, my mind is brilliant, my soul is tranquil. You know, they're the sort of things that affirmations are so damn powerful. They're so powerful. Don't underestimate how powerful they are. And if you want to write affirmations but you need help with that, let me know. Send me your goals and I'll help you turn them into affirmations, because I needed help with that. Cass House helped me do that because I wouldn't have had a clue how to do that. She had a training all on writing affirmations. That's how important she believes that they are. And she's someone we might want to listen to. She's number 7 income earner in Australia. I was chatting with her the other day. She's about to buy a beautiful place at Notting Hill in London. So impressive. So yeah, she's got a place on the Gold Coast, a place in America, and now a place in the UK. And all she does is Arbonne. She's been doing it for 5 years. How incredible is that? Just let that sink in for a minute, what you can achieve with this, because it blows my mind. If she can, we can. Number 8 is be aware of the small link, guys. Our Welcome to the Lease region page. I talk about that all the time because there's so much in there, and quite often I get questions that the answers are in there. And, you know, obviously I don't expect you to memorize it and come to me with any questions that you have, but just be, Googling affirmations. Thanks, Jack. But just be aware that that link probably has so many answers to the things that you might feel like are holding you back right now or make you feel stuck. There are so many things in there that will really help you with that. So be all over that link. Number 9 is read a book. You have to be reading. What book are you reading right now? If you're not reading a book, do you want to see my bedside table? I'm sitting in my bedroom. This is my bedside table. I'm a bit addicted to reading. I have so many books. But if you're not reading, the doubt in your mind can really take over. And when that doubt's in your mind, it can take you out of the game for days, weeks, a very long time. When something doesn't go your way and that doubt seems to creep in, it can literally knock you down for weeks, sometimes months. It can knock you down for a really long time. Whereas when you're reading, it can't. Your mind is a muscle. It strengthens. I love how Peter Booth says your mind is like an elastic band. Your mind is not like an elastic band. When you pull an elastic band and let it go, it goes back to the small size again. But with your mind, when you read and you grow, it will never go back to the small size again. And you have no idea how much more your mind can grow. It's insane. Have you heard that saying, you can't pour $1 million into a $10 mindset? It's so true. It's why it's so incredibly common that people who win the lotto end up broke, because they have a $10 mindset. You can't have that money with that mindset. It's just gone. You'll waste it. So be aware of how much you can grow your mind and how important it is to read. I'm telling you now, and I say this with so much love because I want to see you all succeed. I want to see you all achieve your dreams so bad because you're so deserving of it. But if you're not reading, it probably won't happen. I know that sounds brutal, but it's so true. This business is a business that tests your character and it tests your will. If you're not building your character, people will not join you. You're not capable of leadership and you're not capable to handle rejection, and in anything in life, no matter what you go to do, I think we can all agree that there's levels of rejection. Yeah. But, in network marketing, we got to put ourselves out there all the time. We're constantly putting ourselves out there. So if we're not reading, it's really hard to keep through. This book, I've really been enjoying at the moment. And I know, Dee, you just ordered it because you told me today. The Levels of Leadership, Launching a Leadership Revolution. This book's beautiful that Louise brought me. What did you buy this for me for, Louise? You gifted it to me for something. Was it my birthday or was it Christmas? I don't know. But it's a beautiful book. This is where I'm up to. And a beautiful bookmark. Oh, here's the card. Christmas. Yeah. Thanks. You wrote it at the same time. Oh, so nice though. But it just going to bed. I start my day with books and I end my day with books. It changes. It's a game changer. Okay. Number 10 is social media. Are you sharing your lifestyle? What is different about your lifestyle to everybody else's on Facebook? What's different? Because if nothing's different, why would anyone come to you to change their life? Live an inspired life. Funk it up. Funk yourself up. I was saying to Anita today, Cass House was saying to me not that long ago, she's like, do you funk it up? Do you put that extra bit of time in to look nice? put that extra bit of time in to style your hair, to be a bit funky, you know, to put on a bit of makeup, because that's, you know, and it's not just about that. I'm not saying that you have to do that all the time, but for me, I find it makes me feel more confident. It makes me feel more vibrant. And when you team that up with a bit of reading and stuff, it makes me walk out the door just with my shoulders that bit further back. And I feel like it makes me more seem on my game, you know, and it does. And you know yourself, you're more attracted to people when you see them on Facebook. You're like, I really like their outfit, or I really like their hairstyle, or their makeup looks really nice. Their skin looks amazing. So, you know, they look impressive. Yeah, so true. So, you know, be aware of your social media. So many people are watching you guys. So many. I say it all the time. The power of social media is crazy. I was reading the other day, it was this entrepreneurial thing, and they said if people haven't worked out the power of Facebook yet and what they can create on there, they're crazy, like crazy. Because in 10 years' time, you're going to look back and be like, man, I had that platform at that point. I should have utilized that. I would have been having the lifestyle of my dreams right now. And it's so true. Now is the time to utilize that. You know, next year in 2019, Facebook ads are going from $1 to $20 a post to boost. It's going to go very soon. So be all over it now, guys. Create your followers, create your networks, be all over social media trainings. I've got a fantastic social media training to send you. If you're interested, PM me and I'll send it to you if you haven't seen it already. But be all over your social media. Don't underestimate the power of that. Number 11 is your iStory. We talk about that all the time. That's on your small link. Just go and watch the video, iStory. And that's, again, a game changer. Number 12 is to plug into the Facebook pages, guys. Be aware of what's going on. Get yourself a ticket for GTC in your lounge room. Who would not have a ticket for that? Amazing that they're doing that. Yeah, no doubt you do, Jack. I knew you girls would be all over it, but that is just so cool. Like, that is 100% what you want to have. Be plugging into that. Be plugging into our Budnik Nation training page and our Nation to Be page, so that you know when trainings are happening, and you know what's going down. You know what's happening in the happy 30 days to healthy living groups. You know, utilizing all those little things. Number 13, know what it takes to become a DM, an AM, an RVP, and an NVP. Who knows what it takes to go into Nation Qual off their head? Who knows what it... See, if you don't know that, it's never going to happen. You've got to be clear. I love how Debbie Neal says, and, you know, if you're new, obviously you're not expected to sit on this call tonight and know everything. But I love how Debbie Neal says, your business will never, ever go past your vision, ever. So if you don't know what it takes to go area, you're not attracting that. You're not manifesting that. You're not going to attract people of the caliber to create that. Yay, go D. The teacher knows. But she's all over it. That's so cool. 160,000, that's right, to go into Qual. Good stuff. So yeah, be all over. Know exactly what it takes to go district, area, region, and nation, and know why you want to do that. Why is it better to be a DM than a consultant? Know that stuff. And number 14, last two, guys. Number 14 is to master the skills. This training might go a little over 30 minutes because number 15 is a good one. But number 14 is master the skills. Eric Worre's 7 skills. Master them. Think of it as, you guys might have seen this demo before, but I want to do it with you again super quick. Think of it like this. You have 7, he teaches 7 skills. So write down Eric Worre's 7 steps to network marketing, because he's super thorough in each skill that you need to rock the socks off of this industry. And if you master those skills, you can't go wrong. And off my head, you know, skill number 1's finding prospects. Skill number 2, like, you know, how great is it to learn? That's a skill. Finding prospects for your business is a skill. It doesn't just happen to anybody. You have to learn how to do that, learn how to be the person who's going to attract that, learn where to find them, all of that sort of thing. So that's a skill. Number 2 is inviting prospects, I think, like making the invitation to get them to look at your business. There's a way to do that right. Number 3 is presenting it. you know, and etc. Like going to events, and I can't remember them all off of my mind. But yeah, there's 7, right? And if you say you rated yourself with each skill, say you're amazing at presenting. When you present to people, you get business appointments and everything. You do really well. So, you know, your presenting's like number 10, but you're really bad at finding prospects. You're struggling. You've only got you're only presenting to 2 people a month. So your finding prospects level is really low. If this was a wheel, it wouldn't turn because you're up here, but you're only in here, there. Does that make sense? And if you want your business to turn, these need to be at the same level. All of them. They're all just as important as each other. So know your skills, guys. Work on your skills. Number 15, my last one in finishing up, is become fearless. And I mean, becoming fearless is probably a bit out there because we're always going to have fear. It's smart. You know, you don't want to jump off a mountain. So having fear can be a good thing, but you want to become ruthless, guys, and you want to build confidence. You know, how can I word it? Like I said before, having confidence and being fearless is muscles. You know, they become strong because you work on it. People aren't just born confident. I hear all the time, oh, Danny's so lucky. She's just got that ability to talk to people and she's just confident. If you had seen me my first 6 months in the business, I'm completely unrecognizable to who I am today. Completely different. Louise is my husband's cousin. Louise wouldn't have even known I did Arbonne in the first 6 months I did it. I was like an undercover Arbonne agent because no one knew. I was like keeping it a secret because I was so frightened of what it was all about. So, you know, where everyone starts there. Everyone starts in the same place, but it's whether you set your sail right and understand how important these things are that will set your ship into confidence. You know, it's I can't stress that enough. If I can grow confidence, you can grow confidence. It's not something you're born with. It's not something you're lucky to have. It's something that you create. Take ownership of your fear and take ownership of your confidence. If you don't want to be where you are, grow your confidence to change it. Full stop. Because you can. The rest is just jargon. It's just not true. So I'm going to give you 7 things to help you become fearless really quickly. Thing number 1, stop needing to be right. Anyone have a need to be right? I totally have need to be right, but I have to kick that. Stop having a need to be right. If you're thinking, I don't have a need to be right because I'm just always right, you probably have a need to be right. That's what I was thinking. When we're wrong, the reason that we have a need to be right is because when we're wrong, we feel like we're insignificant and we feel weak. We take it personally. And this is the most selfish thing we can do because we're making it all about us instead of just about learning. Have you heard that phrase, sometimes we win, sometimes we learn? Don't take the learning part personally. It's nothing to do with you. It doesn't mean you're stupid. It doesn't mean you're insignificant. It doesn't mean anything like that. It means that you're showing up and you're learning. So be damn proud of that. Be so proud of that. So don't take it personally. Don't need to be right. Work out where you're going wrong and be proud of it because it means you're on the track to fixing it to do it correctly. Number 2, do what you say you're going to do. There is nothing that puts a strong backbone of confidence into someone than when you turn up and do what you said you were going to do when you damn well didn't feel like doing it. Can anyone relate to that? How good does it feel when you rocked that presentation that was the last thing you felt like doing? Or when you asked that person to look at your business, even though you were quietly crapping your pants because you were so worried about what they were going to think, but you did it anyway, and then they got back to you and said, I would love to look at your business. That is like a jolt of confidence, and it is like a smack in the face to fear. So do what you say you're going to do. Keep your promises to yourself. Do you know that the thing that stops us from doing what we say we're going to do are the distractions in life? Do you know that the average person gets distracted every 8 minutes? One distraction every 8 minutes, which is 80%, and out of all of those distractions, which adds up to 3 hours a day, that is completely wasted because 80% of them have no value. None at all. It's like, ting, someone's commented on this or whatever, kids, this, that, etc. But 80% of it has no value and we welcome it. We look forward to it. We want it. We're crazy. But that's what stops us from doing what we said that we're going to do. So the thing is, discipline equals freedom. When you show up and do what you said you're going to do, you feel so free, and everything that you want to do in life feels so much better because you're doing it without the guilt. You know, it's way more enjoyable to watch the movie after you've got your stuff done. Can relate to that. How good does it feel to sit down and have a cup of tea in a clean house? Feels incredible, right? Because you did it. Can you imagine how it feels to sit down and have a cup of tea as a brand new district manager? Because you did what you said you were going to do. Like, it craps all over how it felt when you had a clean house. I'm telling you now. Can you imagine how it feels to sit down and have a cup of tea, reading a message from head office saying, congratulations on going region qual. We're about to buy you a Mercedes-Benz. Well, you know, send you money for a Mercedes-Benz. Can you imagine how that feels? It's insane. Do what you said you were going to do and it will happen 100%, and it will just slap fear in the face. Number 3, and you create also, guys, on that, when you do what you said you were going to do, you create a reputation. People know if Beck said she was going to come, she's going to be there because that's Beck. She doesn't say she's going to do something and not go. If Anita said she was going to go district, she'll go district because she does what she says she's going to do. When you create that about yourself, you attract the people you want in your business because you attract people who respect that. You know what I mean? Number 3, there are 4 forms of motivation, and only one of these is sustainable. You do things either out of obligation, fear, or perfection. Oh, yeah. There are 4 of them, sorry. The 3 that don't work are obligation, fear, and perfection. And that's when you do things because you need to, you ought to, you're supposed to, I should do this, I should do that. You know, who finds himself saying that a lot? I ought to do this. I better do this. When you say that, it creates fatigue. And the moment it comes out of your mouth, you feel more tired than you were before you said it. It creates that fatigue. And that fatigue makes you stop doing it. Makes you feel crappy, makes you throw the towel in. And then the guilt sets in that you stopped doing it because you wished you didn't stop doing it. So you feel guilty that you did stop doing it. So then you recommit to saying, right, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to try again. But you've got that same mindset of I should, I better, I should try better. And the same thing, it's like this hamster wheel that just keeps going around. The 4th thing of motivation, the one that works is you do it because it's a choice and because you want to. I want to do it. I want to ask this person. I want to go out and create this. I want to make myself look nice today so I can go downtown and attract some people. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do my washing today because I want my kids to have nice clean clothes. I want to vacuum my floors because I want to feel nice in my home. You know, it feels so much better than I should wash the clothes because no one else is going to friggin' do it. Which is what we're really thinking. But think about that, guys. It might seem little. So many of these, this is the thing. Would you agree that everything I've talked about tonight is actually really quite simple? It's simple stuff, right? It's not brain surgery. It's simple, but it seems insignificant because it is so easy not to do. It's so easy to do, but it's just as easy not to do. 90% of people don't do it. If you want to have success, here's the secret. Be the 10% of the people who do the stuff that seems insignificant. It's all it is. Do it anyway. Number 4, bringing down other people's walls. So understand that people all around you have walls up, and you agree yourself, you have walls up. 40% of you is held back in cooperation at any given time. 40%. So the moment someone says PCA meeting, 40% of you immediately held back. Probably 100% if you're like me. But you get what I mean. When you're working with your prospects, when you're working with people at any given time, you're only getting 60% of them. You're never getting the full 100. When you're being sold to yourself, who goes into a clothing store and the moment the sales rep comes over, you go, I'm good, thank you. That wall's like solid. I don't need to be sold to, thank you, not today. So, be aware that everyone has their walls up, and what you want to do is bring down that wall. Work with them on a heart-to-heart basis without that wall there. When someone's being sold to, their wall's actually 80% up, so you're only getting 20% of them. And do you know why? Do you know that the average person today is being sold to 62 times? We're being sold to 62 times a day. There's ads on the back of toilet doors now. everywhere. We listen to the radio, we're being sold to. We plug into Facebook, we're being sold to. We go to a public, excuse me, I just spat. We go to a public toilet and we're getting sold to. It's everywhere. So you need to not be another sales pitch. You know, you've got to be different to that. We're learning more information in one day today than we used to learn in a lifetime through social media, which is nuts. It's crazy. And it's being literally shoved down people's throats everywhere. People don't want another sales pitch. So you want to get through these walls. And what we have is my favorite word. Deanne will probably correct me, but I'm pretty sure it's mirror neurons. Did I get it right, Dee? She's a science teacher. She knows this stuff. But we have mirror neurons that are working all the time. And it's actually a scientific thing. It's a fact that they tell us if something is okay or not. Have you ever walked into a room and without anything being said, you know if there's tension or not? You know if something bad's going down. There's no awkward faces or anything. You can just feel it. It's the mirror neurons in the room. That's what makes you feel that. It's the energy that's coming off of people. The best actors in the world can't hide this. If you're talking to someone who's sad, you feel sad. If you're talking to someone who's angry, you feel angry. That's how that works. So if you're going to talk to somebody and you're thinking, I'm going to offer her the business because I'm this close to district manager. I'm going to offer her the business because if I earn $500 this month, I'm going to make my car payment. When you're thinking like that, your mirror neurons are like anxious and desperate and all that feeling. And that's what your prospect's going to feel. Like I said, the best actors in the world cannot hide that. It's fact. So be in control of that. The best way to create that feel-good feeling between you and your prospects all the time and to bring all the walls down is to look for the good in them immediately. The moment you're going up to talk to someone, whether it's just a conversation, not even about business, just in day-to-day life, is to look for the good. I'm not talking about clothing and cars and stuff. Look for the good. Are they a nice, kind person? Are they patient? Do you see them being loving with their children? Are they loving with their family? Why do you want to talk to them? What do you like about them? Think about that, because when you go towards them, the mirror neurons that you have are going to make them feel incredible. Does that make sense? Yeah? Give me a big nod. Awesome. I nailed the mirror neurons one. Dee will be proud. Number 5, I've only got a couple more left. Number 5, enjoy the process. Enjoy the process, guys. Otherwise, what is the damn point? Don't be too focused on the outcome and what you need it to look like. If we spend too much time painting the picture of how it's going to look, it can create breakdowns. And it really can. When you don't reach what you want to reach and you were so focused on it, or you were so focused on something going right this day and it didn't turn out the way it did, you go, I'm a failure. I knew this wouldn't work. And you start going to town on yourself. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Yes, we're taught to create vision boards, but have the process on your vision board. In your vision videos, I love my job. Have pictures of the product. Have pictures of what you're going to do to create what you're going to create. That's part of the vision. I love the saying, life is what happens when we're busy looking for a life. Anyone heard that? It's so true. Enjoy the learning parts as well. You might get 10 no's in one day. Can you imagine what you would have learned at the end of that day? Can you imagine? Enjoy that. Enjoy that part. There is something to enjoy in every single part, and it's so important. And try to pull back on the multitasking. Completely pull back. Multitasking kills brain cells, lowers your IQ. It's actually a really big issue. You can do 2 things, but you can't focus on 2 things. He who does many things unwell. So true. Number 6. Did you know that 7 out of 10 people think they're not good enough? 7 out of 10. So you can bet your bottom dollar that when you're talking to someone, they think they're not good enough. I read all of these books purely because if I don't, I immediately think I'm not good enough. The moment I stop reading, it's done. The next day, it's done. It happens that fast. I start to doubt myself immediately. So we become confused with fear, doubt, self-criticism, and it robs us of all of our gifts and talents. When you think of a Persian rug, they're famous. Why? Why are they the most expensive rug in the world? Because of their flaws. Everyone loves Persian rugs because of a Persian flaw. it makes it the most expensive rug. So what is your inner critic saying to you? Are you focused on what's wrong, or are you focused on what's right? So my number 7 tip to you is flaunt your flaws. Know what's wrong, but no, guess what? Everyone has them. Everyone. And people are attracted to your flaws because they've got them too. It makes them feel like, yay, I'm not the only stupid person when you say something stupid. You know, like everyone's been there. If you present a product presentation and you laugh and stuff up and pronounce a word wrong, everyone laughs. And you know what they're thinking? Ha, she's stupid like me. Seriously, because that's probably what they read on the slideshow. So don't beat yourself up for it. Flaunt your flaws, guys. It makes you who you are. Don't be afraid of that. And number 7, guys, my final one for this evening is the most important of them all. The best way to kick fear completely out of your mind is to just take imperfect action. Procrastination is fear. It's a pretty word for fear. It's all it is. If you're waiting for the perfect time, for the perfect bedtime for the kids, for the perfect clean floors, for the perfect amount of sleep that night, for the perfect person to watch your dog, whatever it is, there are so many things that we can procrastinate on. It will never happen, ever. Sloppy success is better than perfect procrastination every single time. Hang on. Can you imagine what you would achieve if you weren't worried about mistakes? Can you imagine, just for a second, if you weren't worried about what people thought, if you weren't worried about getting it wrong, not one bit worried, what do you think you could achieve? What if you could make as many mistakes as you want? What would your life look like, right, in 12 months' time if you lived like that? Can you imagine the people you would ask? Can you imagine what you would do? Can you imagine the confidence that you would have? Live an inspired life on fire, guys, because it attracts people like you would not believe. And before you know it, you'll be living a life you can't believe is your life. It's incredible. So that's it from me tonight. Set your sail. You can do it. Does anybody have any questions that they want to ask me before I finish up? No? Good? Did everyone enjoy it? Awesome. All right, guys. Well, I'm here for you all. If you need me, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I love so much to see you all on, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Lou. Love you too.